Every dog has his day.
Okay, I'm reloaded!
Raiders, we a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders. We a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders. We a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders. We a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders. Welcome to a new day. Step up in the oracle. Silver and black, you know, we so historic. Many backbreakers, many chain treasures. The other teams only wish they could measure.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Inbounds with the Oakland Raiders. I'm Melinda Torgersen, and today joining us is Marquette King. Marquette is in his second year of the NFL, and he is the punter for the Oakland Raiders. He attended high school at Rutland High in Macon, Georgia, and then went on to attend college at Fort Valley. Is it Fort Valley?
Fort Valley
Yeah.
State.
You know what? I couldn't find out what your major was when you were attending college. What was your major?
It was health and physical education.
Nice. What were you hoping to obtain?
Just working around with, I'd say, the youth, like middle school and going into high school, and just working with them, trying to help them find their talent and just be the best that they can be physically.
That's a great thing to do. So can you tell us, going back to high school, what did you do to balance your academics and your sports?
Just when I was bored at the house, I would usually just work on punting all the time, just doing whatever, working on running routes as a receiver, and then I would spend at least 2-3 hours in my books and try to make sure I balance them, just because I knew that if I didn't have my education down, then I wouldn't be able to play college ball.
Right, that's right. So as far as nutrition, what do you do to stay fit? What do you eat to stay healthy?
I try to eat a lot of vegetables and protein, try to balance them out, and probably a couple of sweets every now and then, but I would, what else? Just a bunch of vegetables, and try to eat fruits. I eat a lot of bananas, especially before games and during the game.
Excellent. So how about fitness? What do you do to stay in shape? What are some of your favorite exercises you do to stay fit?
I say bench press, incline, squats, power cleans, things dealing with power, since I got a position where I use a lot of power to try to punt the ball, and just a lot of stuff dealing with that. Then you got your show muscles where you probably want to do like curls, triceps, chest, and just balance it around.
Good. So as far as I know, in your job, injury prevention is a really big deal. What do you do to prevent injury?
Using cold tub, hot tub, contrast, stretching helps out a lot. It keeps your muscles flexible and able to take blows, hits, and that's about it. I don't really do too much than that.
Yeah. So do you have any advice for students on how they can kind of stay in track when they're in high school to get into a college? What did you do?
Just thinking about if I really wanted to get to this point where I'm at now, I would just probably write something on a sheet of paper, take a picture, hang it up in the room, and look at it every day before I walk out. Just like I got my goals that I have for this season, I will just look at it every day before I leave out the house, and it'll keep me motivated to reach that goal.
Oh, that's great. So did you ever encounter peer pressure in school? And if so, how did you deal with that?
I did encounter a lot of peer pressure. I was considered lame at one point in time, and it was okay to be lame, because it's like, now that I go back and look at the people that were so-called lame, they're very successful now, and it's kind of like you gotta, I would say, I don't know, how can I say, you gotta, I don't even know the right word, pace it, kind of like you try not to be too popular, balance it out, try to stay focused on your schoolwork, don't try to be flashy and stuff, and then it just comes later on in life.
That's very good advice. So did you have a mentor, someone who maybe gave you words of wisdom growing up?
My mom, dad,
Nice.
and who else? That's about it from there. My mom and dad played a big part of my life, and my sister. and they would just stay on me every day about just making the right choices. And my dad supported me a lot, and that felt pretty good. Then later on, when I started getting to this point, I had people like Daryl Green, and he stayed in contact with me just to give me advice of what's going to happen next and what to expect.
Wow, that's a big deal. So what does it feel like to be in the NFL now?
It feels just like it did in college. It's just
Does it?
It's a little more serious. You can kind of tell that the chips on the table now. You can't slack off. You can't cheat yourself in reps, because when you cheat yourself, it shows in the game.
And what does your family feel about you being in this position now? I'm sure that's a big deal to them as well.
They're excited. They support me a lot. They call and check up on me, and just make sure I'm comfortable out here, since I'm all the way on the East Coast. California's a different world, and I mean, I like it. Nice weather all the time, but I just try to make sure I keep my head on straight, going to church and making sure I'm doing the right things. So
family support is very, very important. Are they still all in Georgia, I'm assuming?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And do you have any brothers or sisters?
I got a younger sister. She's a cheerleader at University of Georgia.
Wow, that is a very cool thing. She must be very proud of you as her big brother.
Yeah, I saw her on TV last week.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'm sure she sees you on TV too, right?
A little bit.
Excellent. So do you have anything else you want to share with us, or anybody you want to say hi to?
I say hey to my family, friends, and just tell whoever's watching, like the younger kids, to stay focused. Don't worry about what anybody else says to you or thinks about whatever you do. Just, if you got a goal in mind, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, because I've been told what I couldn't do, and I ended up doing it.
Wow. I do have one more question for you as far as your job. Can you explain to the viewers out there what your job is being a punter? What exactly is your responsibility?
My responsibility is to punt the ball as far as possible. If I'm keep the other team away from the end zone, from their end zone, try to flip the field, and get us closer to our end zone so we can get more points.
Important job, I'd say, right?
I try to make another job, trying to make the return of muff, but it depends on how I punt it.
Well, it's been really nice talking with you, and I really appreciate you taking time with us and for our viewers. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm Melinda Torgersen. This has been another edition of the Inbounds with the Oakland Raiders. Please join us next time.